As someone from a broken household, I understand the importance of a stable family. Every year, the divorce rate increases, leading to more and more broken homes. Families struggle to stay together in the 21st century. This has not always been a problem, yet every year it seems to get worse. The reason so many marriages fail is because couples do not understand the importance of a strong home and faithfulness. The most important thing for a young child to have in his or her developing years is a mother and a father. But to me, the number one important thing about marriages is that the parents need to understand the importance of their role in raising a child. It is not a job to be taken lightly. Not everyone can do it. It takes a special man and a special woman to come together and raise a child. And the children of these parents, of course, they depend on them in just about every aspect. They depend on them for their home, their clothing, their food, and pretty much anything that happens in childhood determines how that child, what they do in their adulthood. Almost all adulthoods are based on childhood. Even a bad childhood could lead to mental issues. That's that serious. But all in all, the parents need to work together to raise their children. Parenthood is not something that's done by one parent or the other. Both parents are very crucial in raising a child. But also, this kind of a way of thinking is not only scientific, but also stems from strong moral values. I believe that all marriages should be based on moral values, and I believe that the number one moral value that all marriages need to be based on is from the Bible. Now, not everyone believes in that, but of course, if you do not believe in the Bible, marriages should be based on some sort of moral value, because without moral values, there's really nothing binding a marriage together. But also, marriages need to be limited on selfish parenting. Selfish parenting, the father trying to gain favor of the children, the mother trying to gain favor of the children, that needs to be limited. Like I said, both parents need to work together to raise the child. It's very common for one parent to try to win the favor of the children, and often that leads to a divorce. Parenthood, like I said, is a two-person job, and both the mother and the father play two very different roles in raising children. The father his role is to strengthen the children, give them their values, let them understand what's important. The mother is more of a caretaker type role, to really just show the children love. And the parents also, very importantly, they need to learn to work out differences. Now, being able to work through differences, to be able to communicate in a marriage, is absolutely crucial for them to stay together, because a man and woman cannot stay together if they do not know how to work out their differences. Now, some good ways to be able to work out problems in a marriage is obviously through communication, sitting down and just talking to one another, because when two people put up a barrier in a marriage, that often obviously splits them apart if there is a communication barrier within a marriage. But if both coming together to work it out isn't working, they can always go to couples therapy. There are many people who can help work out these problems. They can identify problems and help solve them. And that is very important to keeping marriage together, because the marriage needs to be together, like I said, for them. It's important for the children. If it's not just for the couple, the married couple themselves, it is also for the children. They got to keep the children in mind, because split households almost always lead to hurting the child in some fashion. Hurting them, whether they get 2 Christmases, they don't get enough time with each parent. There's so many problems that stem from a broken household, a divorced household. A stable household is just very important in a child's developing years. In conclusion, marriage is an important aspect of life and not something to take lightly. It is okay for the right person to wait for the right person to come along instead of just jumping into a marriage like some people seem to do. And then breaking it apart after establishing a loose foundation it can ruin the lives of their children. A family should be built upon the foundations of some moral code, such as the Bible, or at least have ways that a couple can work out their differences to ensure the prosperity of their children into adulthood.